there is a proposal which this meeting must agree to. You agree to 9.5 what you are seconding him. I have not heard a seconder for him, that proposal. So we're looking for seconder. So that when Comrade Jegi presents tomorrow in the PEC, must present what the meeting has agreed upon.
And second, the proposal that was made by the other comrade that we take the package as it is at 9.5. However, I have another matter that I wanted to raise. We are humbly requesting political education in the union. There's a gap between the leadership and the membership. There was a time, Comrade Chairperson, when there was a Krizani brigade which developed the leadership of the organization. Can we return to that?
That HRM 24 must be withdrawn, and PEC said PwC must go and engage the MEC and HOD on that HRM directive. If temporary teachers have not been paid in January, we should not have waited for this meeting. We should have not. There are side stewards in each school. We should have taken up the matter with the branch secretary. As we come here, we should be saying, these are temporary educators and the issue has been reported to the side steward, and how far is the branch already in engaging the district. But if there are such educators, please give us the specifics or the name of the site so that we can engage on the matter urgently.
Thank you very much. Comrades, now before we take a second round of clarity-seeking questions or inputs, comrades, Comrade Lana has proposed that we adopt the proposal from the NEC. Can I get a seconder to that?
My question was, what is happening with our temporary teachers whom are not paid, but there is someone who's going to work every day to process that particular process? So what is happening with that? As SADTU, what are you doing?
Mine is on the government educators or government employees medical scheme. We should negotiate for the accumulation of the funds. There are categories in the very same scheme that we do not use during the year, but all to find that some of the categories have been exhausted, but you still do have money. So we need to negotiate that the accumulation, it's very necessary, so that funds continue to the next year. That's accumulation. Thank you very much.
There was a statement that was made which, in my personal opinion, threatens the future of this beloved union. The provincial chairperson mentioned that once an educator has been accused, the educator will not be defended but will be represented. That statement is very dangerous. There are people who might take advantage of us on the ground. It was just a plea to say that tone, we must be defended unless it is proven that we are guilty.
I will repeat myself. SADTU will not defend someone who sleeps with learners. I'm clear on that one. We will defend someone who's charged wrongly. But if you sleep with learners, no, we'll never do it. You are insisting on this issue of temporary teachers. Give me specifics so that we go and work on that issue. Once you say to me there are temporary teachers not paid, you are still leaving me hanging. Those comrades their issue must be taken up. And we must go to the employer and find out why they're not paid. Because they are providing service, and service must be rewarded. You said you are agreeing to the single term. You said you are agreeing to 9.5. You said you are agreeing to do 2005 gems. You said we must amend the housing allowance. And we agree to this point raised by comrade now that carry over, let me use a simple word, carry over, it must be negotiated.
I think it's a question of semantics, comrades. The difference between defending and representing is just semantics. What the union will do is that if somebody is charged with misconduct, the union will send somebody to act as a representative in defending the rights of that teacher. The number of temporary teachers that have not been paid in Mpumalanga currently as I speak, it's about 45. I've discovered that mostly they would say that the principal in appointing them had not yet gotten permission from the employer. So what SADTU is doing is to institute what we call a legal class action in the ELRC on behalf of all these 45 teachers. Because our argument is simple. They have worked and therefore must be paid. All temporary teachers that have not been paid in Mpumalanga were taking up the case on their behalf.
I'm over with the provincial chairperson of SADTU in Mpumalanga. Today we are at Justice Sibeko Region, one of our 6 regions where we had the Education Workers Forum. The region has resolved that they agree with the submission by the NEC, that they accept the 9.5% increment, that we must negotiate for the single term, that we must go ahead and demand the 2,500 for housing allowance, that we must also negotiate that GEMS, the money that is left on GEMS in a particular year, that money must be carried over to the following year. They have also agreed that we must engage the employer, that the salaries must be increased once the economy has recovered. They have also allowed the SADTU to proceed with some of the things that have been done in the past, like the political school, so that all members of SADTU can be in line with what the national or the provincial leadership. The region is very much happy with what SADTU has done, and they have engaged us to ensure that our negotiators continue to negotiate for better living conditions, and that the salaries this year can be adjusted and their demands can be met.
Greetings, comrades. With the advent of social media, SADTU has evolved with the times to bring you the educator's voice on your social media platforms, to report on issues regarding your conditions of service, union programs, and to highlight the successes of members who excel in the profession, and many more. This is SADTU Online TV, coming live from Matthew Koniwe House. This is Nomusa Cembi, your host. Amandla.